Matt Meehan here for IrishBoxingCom. Mick, we're in Dublin at the media day. It's great to have you here. I remember the last time you were saying that it's your second home really. You know, you forged a lot of your amateur career here. First off, how's everything going? How's yourself?
It's good, mate. Everything's good. Happy to be back here in Dublin. Doing a wee bit of a media day today, so it's been nice, mate. You know, be back in the city where, as you said, forged a lot of my amateur career and had an awful lot of success here. So I plan on continuing that September 5th, and to be in the 3 Arena Day, walking around, getting a bit of visualization and seeing what's to come is great.
What do you see in that 3 Arena? First off, I've seen the clips there on social media. It looks like you were locked in enough. You were kind of looking around. But what in your eyes? What do you see off that?
I see a big night, mate. A big night, big atmosphere. A lot of people going crazy. So it's gonna be fantastic.
When you think of Dublin with boxing, obviously the likes of Kelly Harrington and other things come in. But years ago, would you ever have visualised to actually box here as a professional? Was that a want years ago, and now it's here on September 5th?
It's always been a want, as I said, a lot of my amateur career was forged here. So I've always wanted to fight here as a pro, and now I get the opportunity, albeit the tail end of my career. Still fucking unbelievable, you were the one that gave me the start to be the first Irishman, the headline, the SSC and the 3 Arena.
Thanks. That was actually an interview there the last day, so
yeah, so you give me that stat, and I've said that, I checked it up, ChatGPT and everything, and I was right, you were right.
You think I was bullshitting?
No, I just didn't know. I was wondering if it could have been somebody else, but no, it's great. That little bit of history.
Yeah.
Adding on top of the history of our career.
Amateur male world champion in Ireland, and now it's headlined the SSC in the 3 Arena. You're making history, Mick. You're making history.
I'm making history, mate, always.
Talk to me about what's it like in Sheffield with Grant Smith. Everything seems to be going very well. I think between a fighter and a coach, that crucial first fight when you turn over with them is it's either kind of do or don't, and it went well. It was a win against Steve Kahn. How's everything over in Sheffield? And yeah.
It's great. Listen, Grant is a fantastic coach, but also a fantastic man, and someone I have the utmost respect for. Very, very knowledgeable, much more knowledgeable than what he probably gets credit for. And even some of the stuff when I was only with him, which we were doing in that first fight, they were working. And I was going, okay, this is nice. I like this. He's tightened up a lot of things, tightened my defence up, everything like that. So. He's got me in a great place, and outside the gym we get on like a house on fire, and it's perfect.
Do you see yourself as a completely different boxer from, let's say, 2017 to now in terms of style and stuff that's being changed in your arsenal and punches that you control, but you're throwing differently in a way, if you get me?
Listen, I definitely think I'm a different boxer from then. I've had many different coaches, and I thought I'd always be like a one coach type guy, but when things need changing, you have to change them, because you only do get one career, and you want to get the best of yourself as much as you possibly can. And when I've went to Grant now, I finally feel like I have the right team and the right support system in place for me to achieve what I want to achieve.
Were you ever nervous to switch it up? In terms of just coaching, like being like, oh, should I go here, should I go there, if you get me?
Listen, when I left Adam, because I was with Adam for a long time, it was quite like, fuck, who do you go to next? And then I went to Pedro, and Pedro's a fantastic coach.
The doctor for you?
The doctor, but we only had 6 weeks of actual training together, so it wasn't really much time. So I didn't really get to kind of perfect what he was teaching me, and then after that one, I obviously lost, and I was like, do I really go back to Miami and spend another load of $1,000 in Miami to train, and whether or not it works out, who knows? But I'd say like I probably was with Pedro or Grant at the start of my career, I'd probably still be with them as well, like, you know what I mean? I thought I was still with Adam and even Manny Robles. I have respect for all the coaches I've worked with, and I thank them all because they've taught me all something different, which is good. And you learn things from different coaches. So yeah, it's been great.
The 3 lads you have on, Kevin Cronin, Jer Hughes just beside us here. The other fella I can't remember his name. What's
Dean Walsh.
Dean Walsh as well. My bad, Dean, if you're watching this interview, you're going to kill me now. Apologies. I say it's great to have the three lads on the show. And it's kind of the Conlan boxing stable is growing. So it's, kind of not only a boxer, but, you're kind of doing a bit of management on the side. What's it like to juggle both of them in a way?
It's relatively easy if I'm honest. The fact that I can get fighters on my own card is a bonus. That was something I spoke about with Wasserman when I partnered up with him. Was that I have my own fighters and obviously managing. I want to have opportunities for them, and they were more than happy to do that. So that was great. But the management side of things is very good. It's going really well. I have Boston in a rematch against VOWS. That'll be October 11th in Sheffield. So on the Dave Allen undercard. So that's a good one, co-main event, and he's pumped up. He's ready. He's back in the gym and he's sparring great already. So listen, things are on that side of business. It's going well. But you gotta realize that you have your own career at the same time. So you gotta give most of your focus to yourself, but also make sure your fighters are looked after.
In terms of opponents, we obviously know that Kevin is fighting the veteran Grant Dennis, classic Ireland versus England clash as well. Kind of puts the extra spice to it. In terms of Jay and Dean, is there any opponents that you can say that you've picked or you know of?
Yeah, listen, there's opponents in place at the minute, so always good.
I guess kind of the Dublin crowd. What can you expect in terms of a crowd perspective? People like to travel. Obviously, they will travel from Belfast down. But in terms of the numbers, do you expect most to travel down that you know of at the moment?
Yeah, listen, I have a lot of people coming down, of course, from Belfast. But I also, when I fight in Belfast, I have 50% of my tickets are bought from the south. So I think I'll have even more people from down this neck of the woods come to the fights, and the atmosphere I think was going to be really, really special. I have some things planned for entrances which people will be blown away by, and it's going to be a fantastic night.
Any exclusive?
No exclusive.
The Grace walkout will be shown on Trainer.
Oh, of course, the Grace is always Grace.
It's kind of a bit of a tradition with yourself and Grace.
It's a staple in my career. It's something that gets my fan base going. When I walk out there and I see people singing Grace at the top of their lungs in an arena, it's special. The last time when I fought Brighton and I put Grace on, I was like, fuck, I've timed this wrong, because there's not loads of Irish people here and they're not singing Grace.
Was there anyone singing?
There was a good few Irish people there, but it wasn't. It wasn't like it is in Belfast. So it's great.
Would the Falls Park be something that you'd look forward to sometime next year, even if obviously it's too soon, at the end of this year, but sometime next year, because you're known to the Falls Park, you've been there before, you've done that, but maybe one more time for the roll of the dice?
It would be special, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
The fight back in the park, have the girls sing Grace Live again, on a big fight, that would be really special. But who knows, listen, I can't look that far ahead. I've got a job in front of me first.
In terms of opponents next, and I know you're probably not looking towards it, but I just want to ask you anyways, Wood and Warington, two lads, just a brief word on both. What do you think of that?
Yes and yes.
Straight off.
Yes and yes, no problem, but I heard on the grapevine that they could be fighting each other in October. I would like to fight Josh in December, but if they're fighting each other in October, that's off the card, so who knows? Listen, whether it happen, whether it don't happen, it's not really going to make a difference.
Will you be ringside for that? Like to maybe to even face off the winner after, if that's possible, if that even gets made?
Nah.
No.
Nah, I wouldn't entertain.
Just watch it on telly.
Just watch it on TV. Yeah. I don't really watch much boxing.
Because your life is kind of involved in boxing, you kind of like to take yourself away from it, I guess.
27 years boxing. They really want to be around it much and be involved in it too much. Not really at times. When it comes to my own fighters and who they're fighting, yes, I'll watch their opponents. But I'm not in love with boxing. Probably like I was when I was younger. I suppose you grow out of it in a sense. But yeah, boxing's boxing, it's not something I would want my kids to be doing and want them doing it. It was great for me. It got me out of the place I was in life, and it gave me a much better life. But you know, my kids will have different opportunities than I had growing up. So, you know, I wouldn't recommend boxing for them.
3 singular words. Final question. 3 singular words that we can expect from Michael Conlan against Jack Bateson for the WBC International Featherweight title in the True Arena in Dublin. Caught you again. I've caught you.
Excitement.
Caught you. I always catch this question.
Excitement. Loud. And power.
Michael Conlan, with that now, really appreciate it talking to you as always. Thank you so much, and enjoy Dublin for the few hours you're here, and probably off to Sheffield then.
Back to Sheffield tonight, mate.
Legend. Thank you so much, really.